Hello, my name is David Chill and I am the hot foil guru. It is lovely to be back after a year away because of the pandemic, and now in 2021 I'm delighted to show you this new machine which we are the sole importers for in the UK. It is called the Bookmaster, and it's probably different from a lot of the other machines that we have and we have shown you over the years, because this one is ideally set up for one-off personalisation, and that's the main reason that we've brought it in. It is used in a lot of high-end retail stores in all the major capitals of the world, and it's ideal for printing things like initials or names, one-off items onto things like leather wallets. It could be iPhone cases, it could be journals, maybe even bookmarks or key fobs. I've also put it next door to this, which is one of our standard flatbed hot foil printers, just to show you the difference between the two. On our standard Kobo, our trusty machine that we've been using for some time, it is a flatbed and the head just goes up and down. This machine does a whole lot more, and let me just take you through the various functions that you can see on the Bookmaster. So first of all, I'm just going to show you, this is the self-centering type holder, and it's got a very generous approximately 2.5 inch 6 centimetre by approximately 8.5 inches 9 inches, which is about 20 centimetres, and it has a self-centering set of jaws or clamps where you can either put a block or you can put type, and at the moment it's in the upright position, so you can set type within the self-centering type holder, and then with a flick of the lever it comes down to the print position, and then that lever will now make sure that it's held fast. So that's the first feature of this machine. The second feature which makes this machine so good is it has a movable head which can go up and down to accommodate much thicker items. So anything from a piece of paper right up to approximately a 5 or 6 inch box. So you've got two quick release clamps here at the back, and then by moving this we can move the head up or down to the position that we want, and here you can see we're moving the head up, and again very simply to move it down we can do exactly the same, and that will just move down to the position you want, and those two quick release clamps are held, so now that is held firm. So that's another feature which this type of machine does not have. If we now come to look at the front, you've got a lovely digital display that tells you exactly what temperature your machine is set at, and this is far better than the older quick print machines that just had a thermostat rheostat and you had to sort of guess exactly what temperature you were printing at. The final thing on here which makes this so adaptable is you've got a large flat bed which is in increments of inches, so it's a 12 inch, just over a 12 inch wide bed. But not only have we got forwards and backwards movement of a sliding table, by undoing this knob we can actually take it on the XY axis across, and where this is so useful is if you want to line up your product to the center point here on the bed, and if you're out by a matter of a millimeter or two, we can just, instead of moving the type which you have to do in most machines, instead you can move the bed, so it makes it far easier and quicker to operate, and this is why it's so popular in retail stores. It doesn't weigh very much, it's a tabletop machine, I think it's about 35-40 kilos, so it's relatively portable. So let me show you now exactly how we can use it, and to start off we're going to put a printing block into the machine. Again, these can be made at any size you like to fit within the jaws. I've got a small one here, and now we can take a magnesium block. With die mounting tape, we can stick that onto there. And just waiting for that to come up to temperature, which we've set at approximately 100 degrees for this product. Once that is set on there, we can then bring the head down. You will already notice what I have done is I've put a small marker or template on the machine, so I know the position that I would like to have my diary going into. And then I'm going to take my piece of foil. In this case, we're using rose gold. Now, one thing you might notice is you do not on this machine have a foil feed system. And the reason for that is because you're doing mainly one-offs, there's no need for repeats. So really all you do is just cut a small piece of foil off to the size required. So now we have that in place. I've made sure that my position is correct. We can take that, bring the handle down like so, make our impression, take off the foil, and now we have the image onto the front of this moleskin journal. This was a job that we did a couple of weeks ago for a company, and the next part of this, once we've used the block, we're now going to put people's names at the bottom, and that can be done with type. For this job, we've got some 30-point type. This is a nice light sans serif font. And I also have here, just for reference for you, I've got some 72-point type, which is an inch in height, which is also ideal for things like initialing. But in here we can set up anything from an 8-10-point typeface right up to the largest 72-point. So what I've done is I've picked out a number of letters, and we're going to set up the name Chris. I'm just going to take that and pop it carefully into the machine and just tighten up the two side jaws so it's now held firmly. We could put in a whole line of type with spacers, or 2 or 3 lines, so this looks quite small within the machine. And while that's getting hot, I can bring the head of the machine down. And here we've got our book that we already have put on our main header, which says Perio School, but now we're going to put down the name of the person it's for. You can see here I've got my template, and I know my marks because I put a center mark on and a mark here where we're going to make sure that the type lines up to, and by laying it over I know I'm going to be in exactly the right position, and I know that I'm central. And if you can remember a little bit earlier on, I mentioned you also have this movement sideways. So if you're not in the right position, it's very easy to move it. As I come in, there we go, take my piece of foil and just, it's a large piece of foil, just carefully place it in the area I want to make the impression. Bring the head down. And there's the finished item. So, if we can help, then please call us on our UK number 01527 871 500, or you can contact us through the website, which is hotfoiluk.com, or email me directly at david@vipprinters.co.uk. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, please contact us or see the information on the screen now.